My name is Mario Escobedo. I've been attending the church for almost 2 years. I grew up Catholic actually for almost 30 years, and tithing was something that I didn't really understand. It was more of a tradition, not really a principle. And when I came here, I started to fully understand it a lot more, and I became more connected to it. And when the Press On initiative came around, that's when I decided to commit myself. My life had a lot of things going on, and putting aside 10% of my income seemed like something that was impossible for me at the time. And as I started to speak to more members of the church, understanding it, and then seeing people's blessings, it was like, oh, that has like my eyes opened. And at the time when the pastor talked about Press On, I was going through a transition in my job. I had just recently switched over because of issues at work that didn't really align with my values. And so I made the switch. And sure enough, like 2 months after Press On came about, that previous employer reached out to me offering me a director position, a lot more money, and it was very tempting. And at first my feeling was, I should jump at this. This is what I've worked for my whole life. And so I started to pray about it. And the more I prayed about it, I realized that this door was opening not because of God opening it. And I truly believe that when you tithe and when you give and you're committed to spreading the word and contributing to that, you start to receive messages from the Lord. You start to see that investment paying off. And so I turned it down and I said, God, you know what? Like fear, career, money, those things aren't going to drive me. What should drive me is what you're speaking to me. And sure enough, I think about 8 months later, this August, it was a random Monday morning, my executive director reached out to me and they offered me the position of a director. And it was my dream job. And I remember crying in my meeting, like getting emotional. And I told my director, I was like, I don't know if you're religious, but I have to say this. I was like, I knew that this was gonna happen. Like God looked out for me. And I'm so blessed to be able to now give more into this community and then basically accomplish my dream job. I would tell anyone that doesn't tithe or doesn't understand it, I was one of you. Like I get it. And it's scary, just trusting God. God's ways are always better. And that's what I've learned here even more. And to just make that jump, and you'll feel safe and you'll feel there's some sort of, it's weird, like the safety net that you don't see, but it's there and you feel it and you feel confident, and I'm a living proof of that. And so I'm very grateful for it.